believe that now more than ever, we have to fight for relationships. The definition of spiritual growth is not attendance. Maybe that's what we thought. As long as I attend on a Sunday, I'm growing in my spirituality. As long as I'm present once a week or twice a week, my faith is being strengthened or being developed. But we now realize we have to change all of that. Maybe we thought the more I serve God, whether that's volunteering, whether that's on a weekly basis or a daily basis, we thought that can't be anymore because we can't really serve the church because the church is closed physically. So we thought maybe now we have to redefine what it means to have a spiritual growth, and that's relational. That's to strengthen our relationship first and foremost with our God, the Creator, our calling, and our community. And we have to understand spiritual growth means being relational. So we asked ourselves, how about the church? How is the church doing when it comes to our pivots? And let me tell you, Paul, I don't have the best news right now when it comes to our church because a lot of studies show there is going to be a huge decline when it comes to church attendance, church participation, church attendance and gathering, and so forth and so on. But I'll share you one research poll that I found. It's very simple. 1 in 5 churches could close in the next 18 months. That's just the reality that we're facing. 1 in 5 in the next 18 months. And I'm sure you already feel that. Maybe you hear it from your friends. Maybe you hear it from your family members who live in different parts of the city, different parts of the globe. I know Korea, for once upon a time, the largest attendance, largest gatherings of all denominations, Presbyterian, Methodist, Baptist, you name it. Hundreds and thousands of people suddenly gone, wiped out, and right now they're not in good light, viewed by their citizens and their community because it's the churches that's been spreading the virus, which is very sad. But that's where we are. So we're seeing this possibility becoming a reality, 1 in 5 closing down. So, but before we continue, let me explain to us how the world has been changing. And then in the back of your mind, just think, where was the church in all of this? How has the church, people with faith, people there with faith in God, where have they been, or where have we been in all of this? So we're going to go a little bit of a timeline travel back to 1980. That's when CNN launched. So the first, when CNN, the channel news network, started to launch into the world, that's 1980. And then followed by, there's a list right there for you to watch on your screen. 1984, when Apple released the Macintosh, right? Steve Jobs. Launch of the internet in 1991. I don't know if you remember that. Type in your chat box if you remember dial-up and AOL, Instant Messenger, or Yahoo Messenger. 1991. Amazon, 1994, right? Reality TV, 1999. I didn't even know that. And then 9/11 happened in 2001. I'm sure you all remember, they say everyone remembers where they were at the day of September 11, 2001. Launch of Facebook, 2004. Google becomes public in 2004. And then YouTube is launched in 2005. I don't even know if you still remember how YouTube looked like. And let's continue, Paul. 2007 is the first iPhone. So if you have not seen the keynote, I highly encourage you to go on YouTube, type in the first launch of the iPhone. It's pretty epic because Steve Jobs is like, we've now found it, and he does and we have one more thing. That's the thing. So iPhone launched in 2007. Netflix, I did not know this. Netflix started launching video streaming in 2007. I know Netflix has been like this DVD provider that they mail it to your homes. I don't know if you remember that. And Blockbuster laughed. They're like, why would you send DVDs? What if they keep it? That's so stupid. And then Blockbuster is no longer around because they never pivoted. They never adjusted to this new culture or this new way video will be streaming. I mean, just imagine our lives without Netflix right now. So Airbnb, 2008, Great Recession, 2008, Uber, 2009, mass media attention to this police shooting begins in 2012. Black Lives Matter, that movement actually began in 2013. Orlando shooting 2016, and the hashtag #MeToo movement in 2017. And now I want to go back to the question, where was the church? The world was moving so fast. The world was changing at a rapid rate, as you can see. The world is no longer the same because of these people, these leaders, these companies, these technologies that just birth into our lives, and it's no longer the same. And I wonder, can the church say the same thing? Because the church was able to pivot and advance at a rapid rate, that lives were no longer the same. The world is saying, let's go right now. The church is saying, slow down, just wait. I wonder if you can relate to that. You can feel the sense of the urgency of everything happening around us. The world is saying, let's go right now. I remember when the lockdown first happened, they had their first home concert. And that was the world. The world was like, let's have a world concert. Everyone, all these different artists, all these celebrities from different homes just giving us a concert in our own homes that we can watch in our own homes. I wonder what the church was doing. And of course, we tried our best to pivot, but I guess a lot of times our sentiment, the church's sentiment is, slow down, just wait. But I do want to encourage and say there have been some pivots. There were tremendous and powerful pivots in the church world as well. Let me just list a few. The pivots in the Christian world were the Pentecostal pivot in Acts 1 and 2. You can imagine the pivot, the massive shift that the world took place when the disciples received the Holy Spirit and became the agents of Jesus and the message that he had for them. So the Pentecostal pivot. And the second pivot that came after that was the Reformation. So if you like church history, if you have any familiarity with church history, these are very crucial pivot points in church history timeline. The Reformation, Martin Luther, John Calvin, and the Wesleyan pivot, John Wesley. I mean, these guys in the Christian world, they are the ones changing the game. And then the Welsh revival pivot. That one was pretty new to me. I was like, what is that? I guess that's a pivot, according to this author. And that's just to name a few. I'm not even talking about the East. I'm not even talking about the Pyongyang revival. I'm not even talking about the Azusa revival that happened right here in Los Angeles, right there in Little Tokyo. There's a emblem there that says Azusa revival. And these powerful movements that God instaured in the lives of the people all around. But here's the thing. The church will never die. Right? The church will always advance. The church will pivot, but it's never promised to one specific location. So we can't expect to say, well, that's going to be guaranteed for life, and that's going to be the it place, because God will always move. God is always on the move. God has been on the move. And I guess the real question is us. How about us? Are we pivoting with God? I guess that's the greatest question. Is my faith pivoting when God is moving? Because we can't continue today with yesterday's faith. We can't continue today with yesterday's faith.
Thank you again for watching our YouTube videos. We hope that these messages encourage you and inspire you to move forward within your life. If you have further discussions or want to have further discussion, we have questions right below in our description box, so just click that. And we believe here that life is better connected, so feel free to share the content, like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you get further notifications on what we're doing here and the messages to come. So with that, thank you for watching our videos. We'll see you again.